Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore, and today we are seeing a combination of planets and planetary combinations which will actually suggest loss of house or property. So, with a lot of difficulty, a person will make a property, and making a property, I have given you a lot of videos on that. But this is one video in which we are showing that there is an indication that either the person will lose the property because of forceful selling, or he will lose the property because of loss, or let us say he has mortgaged to the bank and he is not able to pay the EMI, and it is taken away by the bank. So this is to be understood from several set rules. The fourth house and the fourth lord are very important to understand property. So if we are understanding the strength of the fourth house and the fourth lord, we need to see the Shadbala of the fourth lord and the Bhavabala strength. So Shadbala, that is the sixfold strength of the fourth lord, and the Bhavabala, that is the fourth house strength. You get it by calculating using the Grahabala and that is the Bhavabala and the Grahabala and Bhavabala, which has been clearly defined by Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, which has been neatly formulated and elucidated in the book written by B.V. Raman, Bangalore Venkat Raman. He has given a beautiful way of calculating it, and it has the same thing has been given excellently, put the Shadbalas and the Grahabalas. So please go through that book and understand how to, arrive at the strength of the planets and the strength of the houses. So here the formula for this, that is the formula for this is the fourth lord is to be placed in the 12th house, and the 12th is aspected or conjoined by strong malefics. That means the fourth lord has gone to the house of loss. The fourth lord has gone to the house of loss, and it is conjoined. I've just given you an example here. It's conjoined by strong malefic like Saturn, which is sitting here, a very strong malefic. And also Saturn here, I have particularly put this because the fourth lord gets debilitated in the Mars, which gets Mars is here with Saturn and Venus here. Mars gets debilitated in the sign of Cancer, and Saturn is the sixth lord also, that is the lord which can give you loans and also put you in debts. So the lord of loans and debts has gone to loss. So that also has been put here. So the first criteria here was the fourth lord should be placed in the 12th house along with strong malefics or aspected or conjoined. I have taken conjunction here. The second most important thing in this is second criteria is that the fourth lord's dispositor in D9. So which is the fourth lord here? It is Mars. So when I see it in D9, it is placed in the sign of Libra. That is because from here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the fourth Amsha, that is Pushya 3. Pushya 3 falls here. So Pushya Nakshatra third Pada will fall here in this Libra Navamsha. And the dispositor, that is the owner of this sign, is Venus, and it should be placed in the 12th in the D1 chart. So that is also one criteria in which it tells that I have put both the criteria I have shown here. So it is that it shows that the person will forcibly go through loss of property or house. This is nothing in reference to those people who have applied for a house, they have put money, they have invested, and it has gone for a loss, they have not got the property, it has taken years together, it is in court. This is not about that. This is about you have a property, ancestral property, or your own self made property, and you lose it because of force from the family or because of some financial losses. You will have to sell it off. So this forceful selling. The third criteria is that The fourth lord, this is the fourth house and this is the third house. The fourth lord and the third lord should be very strongly posited along with the malefic, which is also done here because the third house and the third lord is Venus, the fourth house, the fourth lord is Mars. It is strongly posited along with the malefic in the house of loss. Or we can also consider the placement of the fourth lord in the third house along with the strong malefic. So let me put Rahu here. So if I take the fourth lord sitting here in the third house along with Rahu, I have also put the North Indian chart so that people can understand what actually I am discussing. So if I put, so this is the third house. So if I put Mars and Rahu here, you can understand that the fourth lord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is sitting in the third house along with Rahu, which also makes it another negative combination. That is, the retention of property is to be seen with the strong position of the fourth house and the fourth lord. Now, here the retention is difficult. That is, that the third lord or the third house will try to unsettle the fourth house. The fourth house is a good house. You get a good property here, and this third house will try to destabilize the fourth. So that is why it is also important. You can take this criteria as the fourth lord should be posited in the 12th from the fourth, that is the third house, and is malefically disposed. So these are the three major criteria in which we can understand that there is some difficulty in retaining the house or property. So when will this happen? The event is very important to understand. When will this happen? When the it is not going to happen when the fourth lord Mahadasha is going to operate. When the fourth lord Mahadasha is going to operate, it will be different. But the planetary period of the third lord, the planetary period of the malefic which is associated in the 12th house along with the fourth lord, these and the dispositor, that is the Venus here. In this case, it is Venus and Saturn, and the 12th lord is Moon. When the Mahadashas of the Moon, that is the 12th lord, or the malefic, here it is Sun in this example, sorry, Saturn in this example, and Venus, these fellows will actually create a situation in which the native will go through sudden losses because of sudden investments. So what is the remedy then? Can we avoid this, or is it only that you are telling me and it will happen? No, it's not that it's going to happen. You can avoid it. So in these particular planetary periods, in this case, that is the dispositor's planetary period, the malefic planet which is sitting there, or the 12th lord, or the third lord. Here it is even again Venus. So the third lord. So in these planetary periods, we should be cautious in doing our investments and not suddenly go into experiments and get into loss. So, and in that period, we should not be enthusiastically mortgaging the property and taking the money and doing some business. So we should be careful in this, because most of the times I get to hear that I made a lot of property in this particular Mahadasha. 10 years I made around 4 or 5 big properties, but the next Mahadasha I finished off everything. So this all happens because the properties were all mortgaged and businesses were opened, and the business suddenly went through a landslide, and he had to, he couldn't protect it because he did not have this resource to protect the property, and it went to loss. So that is how the planetary combinations, the third house, the fourth lord, and the 12th house give us an indication that there is a chance that the properties might be in danger or there is a loss of property. Thank you very much for today's class.